Hello, this is Portrait Pro 15, Lesson 2. If you looked at Lesson 1, you simply learned how to use the interface, which is fairly easy, but by now you should understand how it works. Okay, so for Lesson 2, we're going to do a few things to a photo. First of all, open up your program, Portrait Pro 15, open image. Now I'm going to select a face of a young woman here. Double click. I'm going to let the computer find the faces in my image. Remember before I mentioned in lesson 1, you can either let the software program find the faces in your image or you can select the face. This person's facing straight forward to the front, so it should select it pretty clearly. And for this one, I'm going to pick, it's a younger woman. I could pick girl, but I want to show you how you can glam up a female. Female. So you wait while the program enhances your photo. As you can see, she's already been glammed up quite a bit. And let me move that. Cancel. Okay. If you move your mouse up, as I told you, onto this picture on the left, which is your before picture, your original, it'll show you the lines on the face. And I can still adjust them if I like, as I explained before, but I don't need to because they're pretty good. Alright, so now if you scroll down off the picture, you can see her before and after picture. As you can see, the program itself has already glammed some things up, shadows and highlights in her hair. Her eyes look a little brighter. Nose is a bit thinner. Okay, she looks pretty good, still looks pretty natural, right? As I explained before, up here are your presets. We're not going to use the presets now. We're going to use the more advanced and controllable features on the bottom. So the first thing I'm going to do is to show you how to do a face sculpt. Very easy. Click on the gray arrow next to the feature you like, and it'll give you a drop down. And these are the face sculpt controls. And you can use your scroll bar to the right to scroll up and down the features of this control. Alright. First thing we're going to do, it says face shape. Move it around to see what it does. She has somewhat of a narrow face, so I'm going to make her face a bit fuller by sliding the slider to the right. I want it pretty full. Okay. Her eyes are beautiful. She doesn't need much. If you pull it this way, as you can see, it messes with her hair, which is hanging partially over one eye. So you really don't need to do much. So I'm going to put that at 100%. She has pretty bright, wide eyes, so you can make them squinty, but I don't like that. And that's if you pull your um, slider to the left. I don't like that. That's minus 100%. Let's go this way. Too big. She looks like an anime character. Slide it back over this way. I like it right in the middle. I'm going to make her eyes a teeny tiny bit bigger. Right there. That looks good. Mouth shape. Fumble with that and you'll see it does this. She looks like she has a resting bitch face, so I'm going to slide over a little bit to pull the sides of her mouth out. She has very full, nice lips, so I'm not going to do very much with her lips. But you could do plump lips by sliding the slider big. Everybody's in the big flappy Botox lips now, so let's make her lips plumper. Not unnatural, but that's about as big as they get. That's a bit much. Right about there. Her nose, perfect nose. And as you can see from the before and after picture, the program itself, when it originally opened up the picture to work on, it made her nose slimmer. So her nose is pretty much perfect. But you can slide it this way, this way. It's kind of piggy to the left. Slide the slider back over. I'm going to kind of leave it where it was. You can make her neck longer. I think that's a nice look. Make her neck a little longer. Alright? Lens correct. Watch what it does. Slide it to the right. It almost gives her a more intense expression. So I'm going to mess with it a little bit. That's to the far left. Slide it little. It also makes her face narrower. And I liked the enhancement I added to make her face fuller. So lens correct. I'm going to just slide a tiny bit. Head forward. Makes her face thinner on the bottom. A little bit maybe, see? Right there. Okay? Restore glasses shape is that. It kind of squeezes in your head at the temple area. I very rarely use that. I guess it's for somebody who has on glasses. I don't really use it. Alright, so that's it. We've done your face sculpt. So now, close that feature out to get it out of your way. to get it out of your face, literally. All right, hit that. This girl pretty much has like flawless skin, but here are your skin smoothing controls. If she was an older person that had wrinkles, you could slide some of these to make her face flawless. If she had some wrinkles, but she doesn't because she's pretty and young. But see, you could do around the eyes to remove the fine lines people get around their eyes as they age. But she really doesn't need any of this. So close skin smoothing out, she doesn't need it. She's pretty groovy looking. Now let's have some fun. Let's do her eyes. She really has really beautiful. I think they're almost a bluish lavender color. So do eye controls, drop it down. The whites of her eyes could be more pronounced. To me, that always looks a picture look a lot better. So we're gonna pull it over where the one that says whiten eyes like that. It just does a slight whitening. Clean eyes. Sometimes people have flecks in their eyes that aren't quite white or even off white. So if you wanted to fix that, you could do whitening eye area. I'm gonna pull that all the way over. Oops, wrong one. Clean eyes. See that? Makes a big difference. Whitening area. You want to whiten the eye area. Now I'm playing with it so you can see the difference. I kind of like it, but I'm gonna let you choose what you want to do. But for me, I'm gonna make whitening area really bright, but not too bright so she looks like a cartoon. So whitening area, darken pupil. I'm not gonna bother. Darken pupil size. Sharpen eyes. Let's see what that does. That's pretty good. All right, just sharpen eyes. Let's put that at 100%. Sharpen eyebrows. Her eyebrows are pretty good, and I think this makes eyebrows look weird. So I'm not going to do much with that. I'm going to kind of leave it. Now, I want to brighten her iris. I think she has really pretty eyes, but it would be nice if they were a tad bit lighter. So maybe, look at that. That's gorgeous. If you went all the way, she would look like an alien. So no, we don't want an alien face. Let's close that out a little bit. Slide the cursor back to the left. That's enough. Now, if you wanted to change eye color, you can use this feature here. It says add contact lens. So say you wanted to make her eyes green, you could. Look at that. The red hair and green eyes looks pretty good to me. Or the reddish blonde hair. I'm going to leave the green eyes just for the heck of it. Now you can fumble with the color a little bit like that. Too alien. You can scale the lens of the contact like that. That looks a little more natural. Now I'm going to go back up because her eyes are now green and brighten her iris a little more. Okay, I think that looks beautiful, but that's my opinion. All right, eyelids. She has very, very tiny eyelids. And her right eyelid is I can't even talk again. Her right eyelid is a little droopy. Let's see if we can fix that. Yeah, I think it does do a little something. So I'm going to put it like that. Remove pupil reflection. I don't bother that too much, but it does this. It didn't do anything. Okay. You can add a reflection and there's drop downs. I'm not going to bother that. And that's the reflection you see in people's eyes, like the little highlights of light. So that's about it for her eyes. So now change the face of her shape, the face of her shape, the shape of her face, I meant. And we brighten her eyes and change the color a little bit. So we've done face sculpt controls. We looked at skin smoothing controls, but as I said, she's flawless, doesn't need it. Now for fun stuff. Let's do makeup controls. This is a young woman, or a girl even. She really doesn't need a lot, but let's show you what it does. Makeup controls, again, you drop down the box by clicking on the gray arrow. Let's put some lipstick on her nice full lips, and you'll see the difference. She doesn't need much. You don't want to go too harsh like that. Let's go a little more subtle like that. So I slid this slider. It's up to 80. And they have lip textures, so drop down your texture box. Let's pick, just for the heck of it, texture 3. It's kind of a matte finish. I don't like it. I like the lips shinier. So I'm going to go back to 1, which is a more like a wet look, like the person has on lip gloss. Okay? You're done with that. Now, you can do brightness of the lip color. See? Too dark, too dark. You know, slide it to the left, slide it to the right until it's where you want it. I'm going to put it at about 80%. All right? Now, here, within this color box, if you grab the crosshairs, you can slide them around and make all different kinds of lip colors. For this girl, she doesn't need much, but to show you good effects, I'm going to do, how about kind of a reddish color, like that. All right? Brightness again, I'm going to brighten it up a little. Scroll down with your scroller. for your scroll bar. Shine a little more coverage. What else can we do? I'm going to change her lip color. I think that's a little harsh for a woman that age. To a more like a toned down pinkish red. Okay, that's good for her. What else? Let's put some mascara on. She has really nice eyelashes, but let's make them a little more glamorous. Mascara. Same thing. You take your slider, grab onto it, slide it around. As you can see, really makes her eyes pop. If you want to get closer, like I showed you before, use your zoom. See? Zoom. Let's get really close. Now, see, to me, that's too much eyelashes. Let's tone it down a little. Take your mascara slider, slide it down a tad. Now, for mascara, you can do a medium application if you drop down your box here. Next to application, they have false eyelashes, light, medium, thick. Thick is crazy. Looks like Kim Kardashian's eyelashes. We don't want that. It's too much. Overkill. All right, let's do medium. Right? Now, if for some reason they weren't laying properly or unnaturally on her eyes, see these? It says nudge upper lash. See? You can move them around so they fit naturally. I'm going to move them down. Right, a little down, 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 right there. Okay? Nudge lower lash. This, that. See, we're going to pull them up a little. That's like perfect. Okay? What else with mascara? You can shine the mascara. It does a little bit. I'm going to put it on low. I don't like that. All right. What else do we have? All right, we can add eyeshadow. See? Take your upper eyeshadow slider and zoom it around left to right. Look, see? That's too much. So now we're going to do, okay, a little less. Now you can use the texture of your upper eyeshadow. Drop it down. You can do shimmer. I always like shimmer. There's matte or matte, or however you say it, matte. Semi-matte. That's pretty nice. Shimmer. I kind of like shimmer. I'm going to leave that. Now, you can choose the shape of your eyeshadow. I'll usually use the one that says fan, because I think that looks pretty natural, like as if you put on makeup yourself. But let's try some others. That's fan. Here's blended. As you can see, it's changing to different things. Full crease. That's pretty good for her. I'm going to leave it. You can make it bright by sliding the slider that says brightness. Let's give her a little smoky eye. So I'm going to make it a little darker. Alright. Where were we? I moved away. Okay. Now, you can change the color of the eye. What am I doing? Where am I? I'm lost. Lower lashes we did. Eye controls. Ooh, blusher. Okay. We're doing upper eyeshadow. Alright. Again, just like the lip color, you can take the crosshairs in the color box for her eyeshadow and move it around. I'm going to give her, to enhance her eyes, maybe a little teal green color. And now you can do brightness. See? That's crazy. She looks like a hooker. We don't want that. Scroll back down to right there. Change the color, lighten it up a tad. I'm also going to change the shape of her eyeshadow from full crease to fan, maybe? Yeah, I like that better. I'm going to leave, it's like a strange lavendery color. Alright, so that's pretty much done with her eyeshadow. They have lower eyeshadow, but I really don't use it because I don't think people need it. So if you wanted to do it, as you can see, it does that. Alright, add a little. Now, that can also be lower eyeshadow. You can change the texture and shape of that. And brightness. Shine. Okay. Now, does she need eyeliner? I'll give you an idea how it works. Grab your slider, slide around. See? I kind of like it. I'm going to give her some eyeliner. And I'm going to do simple liquid. It's too much. Cat eye is crazy. Here's thick cat eye. She looks like old school. I'm going to leave it on coal, which is pretty natural. And it says upper liner opacity or opacity. I'm just going to leave it alone. She doesn't need much. Pretty girl. Alright. You can add bronzer. Oh, let me close this so we can see her whole face. And again, you can slide like that to see face close-ups. Or you can hit fit. Or you can just hit face. So for her bronzer and stuff like that, I'm going to make it a little closer. Bronzer, look. Does that. She doesn't need it. Maybe a hint of bronzer. Oops. That's blusher. Bronzer, maybe a hint to give her a little color. Blush, cheeks. You don't want them too red. That looks silly. She has enough eye makeup on. All right. Hint of blush on her cheeks. And you can also do eyebrow pencil, which I like. So take the eyebrow pencil slider and slide it all the way to the right. I like eyebrow pencil a little darker. And you can change the color. And for her tone and hair color, I think she needs to go here. Now, notice something odd. Do you see the eyeshadow right here? It's kind of, the program kind of put it into her hair, so we need to fix that. So let's go back to upper eyeshadow and see if we can adjust something to get it out of her hair. I want to leave the eyeshadow on, but what you can do when that happens is you can change the shape of it. So that's a fan. Let's make it blended. Still a little strange. How about blended? Soft fan. No, that's crazy. Thin. Thin now. Alright, soft fan. And let's change the brightness a bit. I'm going to make it a... no. I made a mess here. Let's take some of the eyeshadow feature off. Make it very light like that. And shimmer we can take off. Matte. I still like my shimmer. I'm a shimmer glitter girl. Okay, so what we can do here to adjust our eyeshadow off our hair, I've lightened the eyeshadow a bit, but now see where it says inner opacity and outer opacity? The part that's on her hair is the outer opacity or opacity, however you pronounce it. So just slide in and in. So we're going to slide it to the left and get it out of her hair, make it look more natural. Now that it's out of her hair, and brighten it up a little. Now, upper eyeshadow, grab that. A little more intense, right there. That's really all she needs. Okay, so that's it for this section. We've now fixed her lips up a little more, and we've done her eyes a bit. And as I said, you adjust it to the person. You don't want them to look too unnatural and too made up. She looks pretty beautiful right now, so let's see what she looks like. Let's hit face, fit. There's a distant picture. Look at the difference. She's gorgeous. Face, really pretty. Okay, scroll up a little. Now, look at the difference in her face. With the few things we've added, eyebrows are more defined. Eyes are really beautiful. Popped out a little bit more. Colors enhanced. Eyelashes. Her nose has been streamlined a bit. Lips are fuller. And she's got a light tint of color. A little bronzer, a little blush. And in the next tutorial, we'll learn other features such as hair and a few other things. That's it for this one. Bye.
There's a thin line between reality and psychosis. Please subscribe.